Hello, Enid, and welcome to another City Update. I'm Derrick Silas, the host, and with me today is our Assistant City Manager, Scott Morris. Welcome.
How are you doing, Derrick? It's a good afternoon at the City of Enid.
It is. Well, we're going to get into our update for this week. Today, there was an emergency water main break on Hemlock Avenue, and so residents in that area can expect a water outage to approximately 4 o'clock p.m. today. And the Oklahoma Water has they put out a report saying that you can report your winter storm damage by going to damage.ok.gov.
Yeah, if you've experienced some things at your own home, some damage that you've experienced, some pipes that have frozen, different kinds of damage, if you've had to have people come in and make repairs or clean up or different issues like that, go to damageok.gov and just report this. There's a chance that possibly they could declare some type of emergency, that people could possibly get some type of reimbursement through if there's enough damage that's been reported. And I know that there's been a lot of damage out there because it doesn't take much talking to other people or driving down the neighborhood to see some of these emergencies that people have had. And I want to give a shout out to our utility services department, our utility maintenance department. They have responded to so many emergency off orders where people call in the middle of the night with a broken pipe, and we send a crew out and respond to that and help get that water off so that property doesn't continue to flood. So great job, City of Enid employees. I've talked to several that were out and up most of the night, didn't get much sleep at all. And that's a great thing that we do for our community, another good example of good customer service that we put out there for our citizens. Man, I've seen some pictures of some extreme damage, and I've even had a friend that had a house with a water leak in the ceiling, and we had to get up there and shovel insulation off of the wet sheetrock and do different things like that. So I know there's been some heartache out there among people that have experienced those same things. Yeah. And the City of Enid, we're not exempt to it either. We've had a few well pumps that have frozen up, and the guys are making a list of what needs to be repaired and getting that taken care of, and as well as water mains. And so we've had a number of broken water mains throughout the last week that continue to be repaired. And our crews have done a fantastic job. I don't know if people really realize what the struggle has been down in Texas and in even other parts of our state where people have had a really bad time with this and have had so many broken water mains that they're unable to put out fires at apartment complexes, down as far as even San Antonio. I read an article. And just from a personal experience, my oldest son goes to a university here in Oklahoma, and he's at home right now because that city here in Oklahoma, that university doesn't have water. And so those students at that dorm, they can't go about their normal day, and so they dismissed those students and sent them on home. And the city issued a boil order and had all kinds of things. And our infrastructure is aging, but we have been able to get through this cold spell that we've had, and our infrastructure has remained intact. And we have amazing City of Enid workers that have worked really hard to make sure that we have been able to do that. So yes, we have averted all disaster at this point, and we've already reached our peak water demand, which has been very high. Normally this time of year we're running 7.5 to 8 million gallons a day, and we are up over 12 million gallons a day. Just in the last few days. So that's a pretty big jump. We know it's not from people that are just thirsty. It's broken water mains and broken service lines and all kinds of issues. And so, again, great job to the City of Enid personnel who've been out in this frigid cold temperature, repairing city water mains and other things like that. So Again, great job.
Speaking of the water, as you can see on the screen, we did send out a press release Friday urging the residents to conserve water, just so we can prevent a water emergency. So we won't have to create a boil order, boil water order and all that. So on the next, if you see the next slide, there's a graph of our water usage here in Enid, and as you mentioned, starting Friday, how it started going up. You see how last week it went from, is that 7 million all the way to 14 million.
That's right.
And over the weekend, it started going down just a little bit, but we still need residents to be aware. There's no need now to run your water to drip it, because we're above freezing now. So those little tips that we were telling people to do, they no longer have to do those.
That is true. And that press release went out, and if you looked online and social media comments, there were a lot of negative things about that. But really, it wasn't meant to be a scare tactic. It was meant to be hey, do we want to have issues like some of these other towns have had?
Yeah.
We might need your help, because as the temperature rises and all of these frozen water lines begin to thaw out, that's when you really find your problem. A lot of the problems, you really don't see them until it's thawed out. Now it's just running.
Yeah.
And so it appears we've gotten over the hump and we're doing well. So I think we're there. So great job, great cooperation from the citizens. And again, it wasn't trying to be a scare tactic or a scare message. It's just we wanted to be careful and take preventative measures. And it looks like we've gotten through the weekend. And continue to be vigilant. If you see a water leak out there, if you have one, if you see a main break on the street, call it in. Call us. We want to know about it. 234-0400. You can use the C-Click Fix app. We want to get on top of that as soon as we can to prevent any calamities with the city of Enid.
Right. And last week, we did send out another press release. The court, they suspended court for February 17th. However, they're asking all residents, whoever had appearances for that day of February 17th, to come out on this Wednesday at 2 p.m. for your court appearance. The judge was frozen in and locked in, couldn't come. So
yes, if you have a court date and you have any question about it, please give them a call and find out. You don't want to miss that date.
Right. Okay. Another update here is February is Black History Month, and the library has an exhibit with the Smithsonian poster exhibition there in the library. So go check it out if you have not already. I know that many have went to see it, and it's pretty nice. Also, the library is collecting stories and photographs from veterans and military personnel and their families. And this would be good once they get all of this together, to put a collage of stories together for that purpose.
It's a great idea. The library has really started to do some really neat things, and both of these are great.
Yeah.
I need to get down there and see what they've done for the Black History Month, see what that looks like. I maybe need to plan on trying to do that this week.
And one of our most favorite parts of this update is to highlight the departments. Our communications department, in our department, our intern Kirby, you can see him on screen. Last week, he actually did the controls for this particular show. He did this live update. He actually did all the video controls, and he sent out a press release last week about the water outage. So we want to thank Kirby. Tomorrow will be Kirby's last day here as an intern. He'll have completed his hours for his university. So
I really want to say that working with Kirby's been great, and not all interns are the same. But Kirby has really contributed during his time here in the communications department, and he's been a good asset to have. So it's been neat. He's put together several stories and different things that I've enjoyed looking at. So thank you, Kirby, for your work that you've put in at the City of Enid.
I totally agree. In the Human Resources Department, we are currently recruiting for 4 positions: city clerk, head lifeguard, and police officer. This is a time we have to do it. We really want to get enough lifeguards and head lifeguards so we can open the pool at the proper time. So this is the time to start putting those applications. If you know anybody who's a lifeguard, who has the certification, who wants it, this is the time to apply for it.
I do know we're going to be hiring for another construction laborer position. I think there'll be multiple in our utility maintenance department. So if you know anyone out there that needs a job and they're good at construction, we need those guys. So be looking at enid.org/careers, and that job opening should be posting pretty soon.
Very good. Here also we have an accounting staff. They attended a FEMA exploratory call to obtain an interview of the city's claim damages and procedures for the expenses on the ice storm that happened in October 2020. So kudos to them for all that they do. Then we have the fleet management department, who takes care of all of our vehicles, all of our fleet. Here's a picture of them repairing the malfunctioning lights on the police unit.
I just want to say quickly, through this extreme cold, I mean, to have trash trucks that are able to run and get your trash picked up during this, I don't know if people realize this, but a lot of cities they didn't pick up trash the last week.
Yeah.
And the city of Enid was able to do it, and I have personal experience with some of these trash trucks, and it is a little bit of a chore. These things, they run off of an air pressurized system and hydraulics, and even the air hoses that are on the outside of these, they can tend to freeze in these kind of temperatures. And I know that the solid waste guys have had extra work to do before they can dump that trash out, and so has the fleet maintenance department. So fleet management, thanks for all you do. You kept us running through all of this cold, so that wasn't a small feat. There was a lot of moving parts going along to keep those kind of things going. So thank you, fleet management.
Thank you very much. And then we have the parks department. Here's a crew clearing snow at the central fire station. And then we have the stormwater and roadway. Those crews cleared roadways after the winter storm, as you can see in the photo. Technical services, crews performing panel maintenance on a water well. And then we have the solid waste department. Here they are weighing in a load of trash at the landfill. Utility maintenance, did a repair on a main rush. And our water production department, here they are installing new lights. The pumpage for the week, last week that is 55,188,030 gallons.
So going back to that last screen, it looks like we had 9 water main breaks that our maintenance department repaired. That's a lot. Normally we don't have that many in a week, so those guys were busy. So that's one of the things that kept us different from other cities that have had a really hard time. So thank you, utility maintenance. 9 water main breaks, and I'm sure that was just through probably Thursday or Friday last week. Over the weekend, they may have had that same number just over the weekend. So they've been working hard, as have most of other City of Enid departments. So, man, great job.
Very good.
Another thing I wanted to talk about quickly, we were talking about all of the road clearing that we've done through this winter storm. Things to think about that we've done extra that we don't sometimes get the credit for. Downtown businesses, the angled parking, we sent crews there and got that cleaned up. We did the Oakwood Mall parking lot to try to make sure that if vaccinations for COVID were still taking place, we could get that done. And those guys have been busy. They've got, in addition to all the roads to plow, they've got all of the fire station substations to take care of. Enid Animal Control, we helped downtown. We did several other parking lots, and so Stride Center parking lot, those guys were busy clearing out the snow. So thank you again for all your hard work.
Thank you for all your work. So let's go with the COVID numbers here. As of right now, the total confirmed cases for Enid is 6,648. Our active cases are 232 in the city and 248 in the county. We have not. We've had 63 deaths in Enid and 71 in the county. So those are the COVID numbers. Again, what phase are we in when it comes to COVID?
We're in phase 2, and they have just opened it up for healthcare, not healthcare workers, school workers and those with extra morbidity issues. So those are open. I heard that on the radio this morning, I think. So go to vaccinate.oklahoma. Is that right?
Vaccinate.oklahoma.gov.
Vaccinate.oklahoma.gov and register for your vaccine there. And I know that several school teachers, I think there were like 100 or 150 extra doses last week, so a lot of them got their first round, and it looks like starting this week, a lot of them will be able to start getting their vaccinations. So our school teachers definitely need it. So yes, we're in phase 2, and those guys are towards the end of the phase 2 phase. So
okay, very good. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching us today. Any other updates?
You know, I mean, we're looking at the COVID numbers, and man, they are really going down. We're at 232 active cases in Enid. That's encouraging to me. And I know our mayor and commissioners, they extended our mask mandate through the end of April. Yeah, there's up on the screen there where we've got our transit that's giving people free rides for their vaccinations if they need it. So call 233-RIDE if you need an appointment to the mall, if you need to make an appointment to go there. But hopefully in the next few months, those numbers will drop even more, and hopefully we won't need to do another extension on the mask mandate. So,
yeah.
Hey, Enid, it's been a rough start to 2020. I mean, we ended 2020 with an ice storm, and you know, we started 2021 with a lot of snow, and then all of these freezing cold temperatures, and so things are going to get better, Enid. Hang in there and be positive. This is a great place to live. I'm glad that I live here. I was born here, and I just love Enid, and so we're going to keep going forward. There's a lot of City of Enid employees that are working hard, and so I encourage you that if you see someone going over and above, call in and talk to their manager, talk to someone, and tell them what a great job that you've seen people do. I mean, even these hard times are good examples of things to come up. I mean, I myself even saw a neighbor that wasn't home, and there was water just flooding the street out of their garage, and I went and turned the water off myself just to try to maybe save some damage on the inside of their home. And that kind of thing happens all over. And yeah. I know it's not just City of Enid employees, but you know, we need some encouragement too when you see our people going out and doing the right thing. So let us know. We're really customer service is important to us, and we want to continue to improve. And so when you see things that are done well, let us know. We like to pat those guys on the back.
Yep.
So,
well, thank you for watching today, and join us next week for another City Update.